One of the fundamental topics in deep learning is activation functions. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what is an activation function and why is it needed. If you're new here, then I am Radhika. This is my YouTube channel DataZard. And now without further ado, let's get started. In order to understand what is an activation function and why is it needed, let us first try to take a real life example. Suppose that you have a pipe and water flows out of this pipe. Now you need to control the amount of water that is getting out of this pipe. If you just have this setup, then you cannot control, because whatever water is coming from here, it's gonna go out. You cannot control how much water is coming out of the pipe. But if you have some kind of a valve over here, then you would be able to control. In a similar way, activation function works. Activation function acts like a valve for the neurons. Now that we have understood this analogy, let's try to look at a neural network example. So I'm going to create a neural network where I have 3 inputs and I just have one neuron, and all of these inputs, they are coming to this neuron. So this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one also goes over here. Now these inputs, let's say they are x1, x2 and x3. Weights associated with these inputs, I'm assuming they are w1, w2 and w3. So weight for x1 is w1, weight for x2 is w2 and weight for x3 is w3. Now suppose that we don't have any activation function here. So this is that example where the pipe does not have any valve. In this case, whatever is coming here, we're just going to find product of these and sum them together. There is another input to a neuron which is called as bias, and I'm representing that by B, and the final output for this would be just the sum of dot product of these inputs with the weight. So final output of this can be represented as w1x1 plus w2x2 plus w3x3 plus this bias B. So the final output from this neuron would be equal to this. And if you look carefully here, this is just a linear equation. Because this is a linear equation, it will not be able to capture non-linear relationship between data. And our real world data is so complex that it cannot be represented using this linear combination of inputs. That's why we need to have an activation function to convert this linear data into a non-linear data, so that we can capture those non-linear relationships in real world data or those complex relationships in real world data. So the way this would work, if this neuron had an activation function, would be just going to copy this. Now here with the activation function, this neuron will perform 2 operations. First is this summation operation that we did earlier, and then it will pass this output into an activation function. The final output, first we will get Z, which is this output, and then we get A, which is output of this, and that is exactly the final output. So this Z can be represented as w1x1 plus w2x2 plus w3x3, which is the linear relationship. And then our A, which is with the activation function, is we're going to pass this Z in some kind of a function called as activation function. There are different types of activation functions and we're going to learn about them a little later. But this is essentially the working of neuron which has an activation function which is non-linear. So now we have converted this linear relationship into this non-linear relationship, because we are assuming that this f of z function, it is actually a non-linear function. So in this way, we will be able to capture the non-linear relationship which exists between this data. So essentially what is happening is we have some linear input. On this linear input, we are applying activation function. And after application of activation function, this gets converted into a non-linear output. And then we can pass this output to the final layer or to the next hidden layer, depending on how we have formed our neural network. But this is exactly how functioning of one neuron happens. We first multiply these inputs with their weights, we sum them together and sum it with the bias over here, and then we pass this into an activation function, and that becomes the output of the neuron. Suppose that we were solving a problem where we had to categorize an image as cat or dog. In this case, we created this neural network, and at the end of it, we saw that the output from this neuron is 0.25 and output from this neuron is 0.75. 0.25 for a cat, 0.75 for a dog. Then we will classify the image as for the dog. So this is how in all these layers, all of these neurons, they first summation of the product of input with their weights and then applied activation function on top of them to finally give us the answer. So essentially, what is an activation function? It is a nonlinear transformation applied to the input of neuron. It calculates the output of neuron based on the inputs and the weights that the neuron receives. Now the next question is, why do we need an activation function? You might have guessed it already that the first reason is to capture nonlinear relationship in data. If you look at our previous example where we were not having any activation function, then in that case, we were just having linear equation and we were only able to capture the linear relationship. But as soon as we applied an activation function in the neuron, we were able to capture the non-linear relationship because this was adding non-linearity to the data. So that's why in order to capture the non-linear relationship that actually exists in real world data, we need an activation function. Now you would think, what is this non-linearity? Suppose that we had to identify handwritten characters. Somebody would write one as this, somebody would write one as this, someone said like this, someone will say like this. So there are different styles, different orientations, different thickness of these lines, which our neural network needs to understand so that it can identify whether this is a 1 or 9 or whatever other number is. So in order to capture this, we need to have an activation function. Second is for decision making. Now suppose again we are doing image classification, cat and dog or something else. Then in this case, we have to identify where are ears, where are the other boundaries, what is the background, where are the eyes of cat or dog. So these are the decisions that the artificial neural network has to understand to classify an image as cat or dog image. And this can only happen when there is non-linear relationship that exists in the real world data can be captured, and that's why we need activation functions. Third reason is gradient propagation. If you know about neural networks, then you would have heard the term backpropagation. And during backpropagation, weights and biases are adjusted. And to adjust them, we find the derivative of activation function. How much of the weights and biases to be adjusted is defined by this derivative of activation function, and that's why it helps in gradient propagation. So the three main reasons for using an activation function are to capture nonlinear relationship in data, help in decision making, and for gradient propagation. In my next video, I will be discussing about the different activation functions. If you like the content, then please do subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.